What's up? What's going on? How are you, Russ? How are you, Miley? What up, Chromo Chronicles? How's everybody doing tonight? We're gonna soak Bill here, my West African gaboon viper. For some reason, he regurgitated. I may have fed him a little bit too big of a meal, so um, we're gonna soak him. Get him hydrated. We're gonna keep a close eye on him for the next 10 days or so, and then we'll attempt to feed him again. There's a good chance he had too big of a meal, and you know, maybe his temperatures may have been a little too cold because it's a little colder than normal right now, and he maybe just didn't, digest fully. Am I muted? I don't know what you're saying. Can anybody hear me? Alright, so if you can hear me, you heard. Alright, good deal, good deal. Hey guys, make sure you smash that like button when you first get in here. That way it helps send us out to more people. We get a bunch more people in the stream. Bring people into our future streams. Really helps out a lot. So we got 13 people taking a look right now, with 5 people hit the like button so far. See if I can get the rest of y'all to hit that like button and really help us out. We're going to soak him a few minutes, watch him soak while we give people a little bit of time to get in here, see if some more people come in, and when they do, we're going to talk about the top 3 most toxic venomous snakes in the United States. We're going to actually pull them out and show you and talk to you a little bit about them as we go. Hopefully, this thing will get a little bit of traction tonight, and we can educate some people. Maybe some people can educate me about some things when it comes to reptiles. But either way, I appreciate everybody taking the time to stop in and hang out with us. Please smash that like button, guys. Your likes are the only thing that help this thing get out there to a bigger audience. Without you hitting the like button, it'll peter out to nothing, and we won't go anywhere with this thing. Just by you guys simply hitting the like button, you're helping the conservation efforts tremendously. You're doing a lot more than you even realize you're doing by hitting that like button. When you do, it gets it out there to more. The more people we're able to educate, the more snakes we're able to save. The more snakes we're able to save, the more humans we're able to save. If you saw my stream the other day, this is a gaboon viper. This is a West African gaboon viper. But if you saw my stream the other day, we talked about how the venom from these animals is very important. How the venom is used for medications, life-saving medications. It's being used for cancer research. It's being used for lots and lots of things. So again, you just hitting that like button, you're doing your part for the conservation efforts with these animals. But this guy's name's Bill. He's a West African gaboon viper. Their scientific name is Bitis rhinoceros. Let me take a look at the comments for just a second so I can respond to anybody who has asked anything. I'm not trying to ignore anybody. I'm just, yes, chips, they can be deadly, absolutely. However, as you see, this snake is just laying here, and I'm literally, 14, 18 inches away from this animal right now. These animals do not want to hurt you. They are not villains. They don't want to attack you. They're, now, if they feel cornered or threatened, or you accidentally step on them, you try to pick them up, you try to unalive them, anything like that, absolutely the animal is going to try to defend itself. But the West African gaboon viper is actually, holds 3 records. Number 1 record is it's the heaviest venomous snake on the planet. Number 2, it has the longest fangs of any venomous snake on the planet. And number 3, it delivers the largest venom yield of any snake on the planet. Guys, smash that like button for us, please. Let's help get this out to a bunch more people tonight. Again, it helps bring people into our future streams. It just helps out tremendously. Give me 1 second here. But for those of you who haven't been here before, the way, those of you who have been here, you know how I like to do things. But for those of you who haven't been and this is your first time in, to tell you a little bit how I do things here is I like to start out with a little prayer in the beginning before we start working with these animals and trying to educate about these animals. And then after that, we go on to talk about them a little bit, and I can answer any of your questions and whatever, So I'm going to start with a prayer. So if y'all don't mind, give me just a quick minute here in the chat, of silence where I say this prayer, and then you can commence with chatting. You can actually watch Bill here take a big drink, while we say the prayer. Heavenly Father, Creator of all living things, we thank you for the beauty and diversity of the world that you have made, from the smallest insect to the largest creatures. Each life reflects your wisdom, your power, and as we take moments to learn about one of your most fascinating creations, please grant us, curiosity to understand it, humility to respect it, and the discernment to see the balance that you have woven into nature. And may this time deepen our appreciation for the wonders of the earth and our responsibility to care for it. And as always, please keep the pointy end of these animals as far from my body as possible while we work with these animals and try to educate the public about your creation. Amen. So guys, today, I want to talk with you about, one of the most extraordinary and misunderstood creatures in the natural world. And that's what you're looking at here, the West African gaboon viper. His name is Bill. He is scientifically known as Bitis rhinoceros. And when many people hear the word viper, they immediately think of, danger. They imagine things that are aggressive or something to fear. And while the gaboon viper is indeed one of the most formidable snakes in the world, there is far more to its story than just venom. The gaboon viper is native to the rainforest and the savannas of West and Central Africa. It's from countries like Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and parts of its range. They really live in the dense forest, where the fallen leaves are like carpet on the ground and sunlight filters through the canopy. The gaboon viper really thrives in its camouflage. Like, you can see the camouflage on this animal. It's just beautiful and amazing. One of the first things that really sets the gaboon viper apart is its size. It's the heaviest venomous snake on the planet. And it's among, well, how do I want to say this? It's the heaviest venomous snake in Africa, and it's among the heaviest venomous snakes in the world, I guess. And adult gaboon vipers commonly reach lengths of like 6 feet. And after this guy here, we're actually going to show you a 6.5-foot female. Some of them even get a little bit longer. But its weight and its girth are what truly distinguish it. Its body's very thick, it's very muscular and very powerful. And it really gives it an imposing presence, if you will. Perhaps even more remarkable is its appearance. The gaboon viper has one of the most intricate and beautiful patterns of any snakes. Its scales display those kind of mosaic, of browns and purples and creams and blacks and yellows, arranged in those geometric shapes. These markings are not just decorative. They serve as perfect camouflage against the forest floor. Whenever the snake lies there motionless among the leaves, it nearly disappears from sight. Its head is obviously very large and triangular. It's a very, very classic feature of vipers in general. And it's got there on the tip of its nose, I know it's a little bit difficult to see here in the video, but it's really got those horn-like projections on the nose. They look just like look like horns. They're actually a modified scale that look like horns, and they're not used for fighting, but they do contribute to the distinctive appearance, and scientists believe that they are used, sort of to break up the animal's outline in the forest. Now, whenever we speak of the gaboon viper, we got to address, what is the most, what it's most famous for. And obviously, that's its fangs and its venom. Hey guys, let me pause for a second here and ask you guys, please smash that like button for us. Again, even if don't particularly like snakes, a whole lot, or they might scare you or anything like that, you hitting that like button really helps, us reach more people, to be able to educate people about these animals, and make people understand that they're not villains, and bridge the gap, between fear and curiosity, and fear and respect, and things like that. Because if we don't protect these animals, and these animals, disappear off the face of the earth, it's just going to create a domino effect in the ecosystems. Next thing you know, we're going to start losing, plants and people and other animals. All kinds of stuff just collapses, whenever we lose one species. So you're not only protecting, this species, you're protecting the human race simply by hitting that like button. I know that sounds dramatic, but it's true. And guys, let's talk about the gaboon viper a little more here. The gaboon viper actually holds the record, like I said in the beginning, for having the longest fangs of any snake in the world. The fangs get up, sometimes over 2 inches in length. They're a hinged fang, that means that they fold back against the roof of their mouth whenever they're not in use. And whenever the snake strikes, they hinge out, and like switchblades, I guess, and they're just like 2 giant hypodermic needles, and that's how they deliver the venom, with just incredible efficiency, and very deep into the prey. And their venom's very potent, it contains a complex mix of, toxins that affect the blood, tissue, and the cardiovascular system. It is important to understand something that's often overlooked with these animals, and a lot of other channels, doesn't really talk about it too much. They actually try to say opposite for the clicks and views. The gaboon viper is not naturally aggressive. It's known for being very calm and slow moving, and in fact, it prefers to remain still and rely on its camouflage rather than to flee or attack. Most bites occur when humans accidentally step on them or disturb the animal, especially in the dense forests of West Africa, where the farmers and hunters and the villagers move through the undergrowth. Encounters can happen unexpectedly. But the lesson here is not that the gaboon viper is malicious, but that nature commands respect. And another fascinating feature of this snake, in my opinion, is that it's its hunting strategy. Unlike some snakes, like, say, cobras, for example, that actively chase their prey, the gaboon viper's an ambush predator. It'll lie motionless for hours, days, sometimes weeks, just waiting patiently for small mammals, to come in front of them. Things like rodents and, mice and rats and, whatever, any small rodents, antelope, and then they'll just, with lightning speed, just far faster than its sluggish demeanor suggests, the snake will strike, and inject the venom, and then it just waits for the prey to succumb before swallowing it whole. And one of the really fun things about the gaboon viper is when they do grab their prey, and we will get to see that here in a little bit, hopefully. Now, we are going to feed frozen thawed to the female here in a little while, but hopefully she will actually strike it. Sometimes she doesn't like to strike frozen thaw. Sometimes she just likes to gently pick it up and eat it. But when we try, hopefully we can get her to strike, and then you will actually be able to see how they do it. They actually grab a hold of their prey, and they hold the prey off the ground, as to not allow the prey to be able to get their feet against the ground, get any kind of leverage or momentum, to save themselves from injury. And actually, maybe we can get a little bit closer here on Bill. I don't know. But if you see there, Bill's left eye, and it'll be on y'all's right side, but Bill's left eye actually looks white. That's because Bill was actually bitten in the eye by a rat, a live rat, a couple of years ago, and it really hurt his eye. He no longer has use of that eye, unfortunately, but he still lives a very happy, healthy life outside of that. It's very dangerous to feed the animals, live prey. However, it is natural for them. But these guys, are again, they have this patient, deliberate, strategy for eating, and it really, reflects, I guess, the economy of energy. The rainforest can be very competitive, and unnecessary movement really wastes precious resources. The gaboon viper, teaches us something about stillness and timing. Power does not always roar, sometimes it waits. Guys, can you smash that like button for me, please? We really need your likes to get this out to as many people as possible. It helps bring people into this stream. It helps bring people into future streams. It helps us here at the Virtual Reptarium with our efforts towards conservation, not only with these species, but with our native species here in the United States. It does a tremendous amount of work for us by y'all simply hitting that like button. It doesn't cost you anything. Guys, we are a monetized channel here. However, we have made literally $67 in the last 28 days. It's not about money for us here. Yes, I monetized the channel in hopes to kind of help pay for their food a little bit and things, and maybe purchase other snakes in the future for the channel. However, we're not making a large profit or anything, and that's not what we're here for. We're here for the education and the conservation. And that's why we push so heavily for the likes from y'all, so we can reach as many people as possible to try to educate everybody. But, reproduction with these animals is very interesting as well. Unlike many reptiles that lay eggs, the gaboon viper is oviviparous, and this means that the eggs develop inside the mother's body, and she gives birth to live young. A single litter from these vipers can produce, 40, 50 babies at a time. And each one of them are already equipped with venom and instinct from birth. They're independent, relying on camouflage and caution to survive. Despite its formidable traits, I guess, thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. You did buy a mouse. I appreciate that very much. But the gaboon viper plays a very crucial role in the ecosystem. By controlling rodent populations, it really helps maintain balance in its environment. How do I want to say this? Rodents can spread disease and damage crops, and in this way, even a feared predator contributes to the well-being of the broader ecosystem. And I've got a gaboon viper trying to escape here. Come on, Bill. You gotta soak right now, Bubba. Come on, Bubba. Hey, come on, boy. There you go. There you go, Bubba. But sorry about that, guys. But So yeah, rodents can spread, disease. They can damage crops, So in that way, even a feared predator really contributes to the well-being of the broader ecosystem. Sadly, like a lot of species, the gaboon viper does face some threats, and some of the biggest ones are deforestation. Across Central Africa, it really is reducing their habitat, because they're doing things like expanding agriculture, they're logging, humans building homes, and this all brings, people and snakes closer, and in contact more frequently. So it increases the risk for both. And you guys know, fear often leads to the snake being killed on sight. And that's one thing that we really, really want to try to change here. And this kind of raises an important question. how should we view creatures that frighten us? You know, it's easy to admire animals that seem, gentle or majestic, but it's harder to appreciate those that appear dangerous. Yet every species has a role. The gaboon viper's not evil, it is simply adapted. Its venom's not cruelty, it's survival. And its camouflage is not deception, it is design. And in many ways, the gaboon viper reminds us that strength and beauty can coexist, and danger and beauty can coexist. Its patterned skin to me is breathtaking. Its stillness is very disciplined, and its strike is precise. It really encapsulates both fragility and power. So there's also a lesson, here about perception, because the gaboon viper moves slowly, so some might think that it's harmless, and that would be a mistake because it is dangerous. Others assume it's aggressive, but that too is a mistake. The truth lies in understanding rather than assumption. So for those who live in regions where this snake is found, education is key. Learning to recognize its patterns, wearing protective, boots or protective gear in the forest areas, and respecting its habitat can prevent, these tragic encounters. Conservation and awareness go hand in hand. And as we reflect on the West African gaboon viper right now, we are reminded that the natural world is not divided into good and bad creatures. Instead, it's really a complex web of life where each organism fulfills a purpose. The gaboon viper, heavy bodied and silent among the leaves, may never inspire the affection people feel for lions or elephants, but it stands as one of the most remarkable reptiles on Earth. It represents, precision and design, balance and ecosystem, and the quiet authority of nature. So, guys, I encourage y'all to try to see beyond fear. Whenever we learn and study about creatures like the gaboon viper, we grow not only in knowledge but in perspective. We learn that power does not always announce itself loudly. We learn that beauty can be hidden in unlikely forms. And we also learn that respect for life, every form of life, is part of our shared responsibility. So I'm hoping that we can move on from this snake's, on video right now with greater awe for the complexity of creation and greater wisdom in how we interact with the natural world, and greater humility as we remember that we are not only one part of a vast and intricate design. And guys, I welcome any questions if y'all have any questions or anything you want to say. In this hobby, there's things to learn every day. So maybe y'all can tell me something that I don't know with these animals. I'm all ears. I would like to take some questions if anybody has questions or want to say anything. I'm going to read over the chat a little bit here. This is a gaboon viper. It's a West African gaboon viper. Thanks for the gift, Scott. I'm sorry I'm not ignoring, buddy. Is it full grown? Yes, this guy is full grown. He may get just a little bit bigger over time. Doesn't the gaboon viper have the longest fangs? Yes, Holly. It has the longest fangs of any snake in the world. I hope everyone is having a great night. If you're not, you should be because you can. Yep. Absolutely. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you. It is venomous, highly venomous, yes. It don't look real. Well, it's drinking right now. Here, I'll zoom in where you can see its head flexing while it's drinking. There you go. Because they do lie very still. What happens to you if you get bitten by a gaboon viper? Well, I will tell you this. You probably have about a 70% chance of dying, and you have about a 90% chance of amputation to the limb it bit you in. Why does the snake's head look like an arrow? Its head actually is meant to look like a leaf, but it does kind of look like an arrow because of the shape. But it is for camouflage purposes. And also, where you see the two dots, one on each side of its head, that is actually the area of the venom glands, and they have such large venom glands that makes it look so big. This is a male Aaron Brown. His name is Bill. Thank you for that. Thank you, Gossiping Girl World. Yes, you would have about a 90% chance of amputation, because it does cause, severe necrosis. It's a very, very nasty bite. Why does it look like it has noodles on its back? Camouflage. Scary but beautiful, yes. It does look like a leaf, yes. What's going on, Wildlife with Michael? Good to see you, buddy. Is that blue snake? I'm sorry, I don't know what you're asking about the blue snake. I do have blue snakes as well, but sorry, guys. Let me adjust my tripod here. I apologize. Have you bred it? Yes, I have bred it. Absolutely. I actually grew this guy up since he was a little tiny baby. It looks like two snakes. Yeah, some people say that sometimes. I'm doing good, Michael. How about you, Wildlife Michael? Bushmaster? Yeah, the Bushmaster bite is worse. Absolutely. What's a snake that has a line down its back and they're diamond-like and just connected and it's lime or almost green? Just saw one. Paul Warren, I cannot answer that because there's so many different species with that description. Hey, Jeff, can we throw a fern or tan bark for decoration? Kind of looks like it's on lockdown stat. Hey, Armando, it's in water right now, buddy. This snake is soaking in water right now. Check it out. Look. It's in water. That's why it's in a bare tub right now, because it is soaking so he can get hydrated and drink. He's looking up now. Awesome. Yep. Forget him out. Scooter, hang out for a while, man. You might like it. Hope all is well. Yes, it's doing good, Shannon. Thank you. There's some crazy marketing. What breed is this? West African gaboon viper. Nope Rope is looking at us now. Let me see here. Yeah, guys, smash that like button for us, please. Oh, so he got a pull. Dang. Yeah, he's got a pull, Armando. What snake smells like a cucumber? Frank Barber. That is a copperhead. What's your favorite snake you own? The black phase timber rattlesnake. We will be looking at a timber rattlesnake in a little while when we talk about the top 3 most venomous snakes in the United States, or venomous pit vipers in the United States. How many venomous snakes and or lizards do you own? I own over 200 snakes total, and probably nearly 100 of them are venomous. Do they get pruny when soaked in water? After quite some time, yes, they will actually. Hey, what the heck I see? A West African gaboon viper. Denzel, what's up? Good to see you again. Yeah, copperheads will smell like cucumbers, Holly. Yes. Some people try to say that's a myth, but it's absolutely true. We are not feeding this one. We're going to feed the larger female that's just like him. You should look into getting black mambas. I do have black mamba. Would that viper mate with another snake? Yes, it absolutely would. It would mate with a rhinoceros viper. It would mate with a puff adder. Yes, this guy, his name is Bill. The pattern on the gaboon is amazing. Thank you, Chromo Chronicles. Those things bite. Yes, they can. Any taipans or tiger snakes? I do have a taipan. I do not have a tiger snake. That's wild. I've never heard that before about copperheads. Yep. Yep, that's true. Yes, I have an inland taipan wildlife with Michael. Absolutely. Yes, it can be dangerous. I do not have a stiletto snake. My biggest gaboon viper we're about to see here in just a little bit. I have a rodent thawing out for her right now. And as soon as that rodent is finished thawing, we will be trying to feed her. Are all snakes carnivores? If not, which are... Okay, well, there is a snake that's an egg-eating snake. I don't know its scientific name or anything, so I don't know if that'd be considered a carnivore or not. Yes, you hear a chick, Scott. What snack do you want but don't? What snake do you want but don't have? The snake that I want but don't have. Whew, that's a good question. Let me answer that in a few minutes, buddy. Let me think about that. Hope you have lots of anti-venom. Frank, I got some on hand, but not much. Zip tie snake. Wait till you see Bertha. Yes, Tom, that's correct. The zip tie snake, they're talking about Joey Josselson. He goes by Call Me the Lamp. He has a little, like, vine snake type deal that he calls the belligerent zip tie. There are snakes that eat frogs, insects, and fish, depending on the species. Absolutely, there are. I was kind of counting them in with the carnivores, but yeah, you're correct. This snake is acting strange? Nah, Christopher, it's being cool. Gaboons have the most crazy pattern. They do, absolutely. Yeah, I mix anti-venom with my coffee, Armando says. What up, Dysfunction? Gaboon vipers are generally very relaxed and chill, unless they're provoked. Absolutely. He's getting ready to strike me. Nah, he ain't getting ready to do that. Thank you, moderators, for doing a good job. Thank you for that. Yes, I've been bit by a timber rattlesnake many years ago, and I was bit by a copperhead. This summer will be 2 years. Would you administer the anti-venom yourself or take it to the hospital? I would take it to the hospital with me. Now, if I was really far from the hospital, I would start to administer myself probably. You have a corn snake named Eddie? That's awesome. Awesome. This is a West African gaboon viper. Do you own any snake that could spit their venom? Yes, I do. I have a couple of monocled cobras that are able to spit. They are not a real spitting cobra, but they can spit. I do not pick them up barehanded. That's not something we do here at the Virtual Reptarium. We are all about, education and conservation here. We would love to do things like that to get more views. However, we will slowly grow our views organically because we are not trying to promote free handling. That thing got a Hemi in it. Yeah, it does, Mark. How much does a gaboon sell for? One this size would go for $700 or $800. Get some big black rat snakes. Northern Indiana. Seen some 5-footers, Lord. Yeah. There's approximately 15 to 20 snakes that can spit their venom. Yeah, there's quite a few. Looks like another snake on its back. Yeah, got tagged by a cane break in my teens. Worst pain. Absolutely, Jennifer. The timber rattlesnake is freaking horrible. The cane break is a timber rattlesnake. So yeah, that's one of the two I've been bit by. They are horrible. I do not have any Gilas or beateds. No. This snake gives live birth. That's correct. Safety is priority number one at the Virtual Reptarium. Absolutely, Patrick. Thank you. Longest fangs of any venomous snake, reaching up to 2 inches in length, produce the largest quantity of venom per bite in any snake on the planet. That is correct, and they are also the heaviest pit viper on the planet. Are you close to the hospital? Yeah, I'm within 10 minutes. Same, just called different. Yeah, exactly. I'm from South Carolina, Jennifer. I'm originally from Pennsylvania, so I've always just called them timber rattlesnakes. This is a gaboon viper, absolutely, Larry. Yes, I do have a banana ball python. Yes, I have a couple of them. They move different than regular snakes, right? Yes, that's absolutely correct. They do. Unfortunately, I don't have a big enough space tonight to be able to show you how they move. But the gaboon viper does move in what's called rectilinear locomotion. They basically crawl like a giant caterpillar. Sorry, I've asked this question so many times, but I guess it keeps getting skipped. Do you have a boom slang? I do not have boom slangs, Holly. And yes, if you ever ask something and I don't answer, please say it again. The chat moves so quick, sometimes it's hard for me to see every single one. Thank you, Scott. That's beautiful, Snake Pedro. Thank you. Chromo Chronicles, build a gaboon viper. Correct. Wallace Lovin, can you feed it? I'm going to be feeding one just like him. Her name is Bertha. She's a little bit larger. She's about twice, maybe 3 times his size. Well, at least twice his size. And we're going to be feeding her here in just a short little bit here. Yes, it has glands. Have you heard? Yes, I've heard of the flying snake. Absolutely. We have pygmy rattles and copperheads. I'm trying to get off my farm. Where do you stay, Frank Barber? What state? What kind of snake is it? It's a West African gaboon viper. I heard. How cool. Can you feed it? Yes, I'm going to be feeding soon. How long can they live for? They can live 20 years. Sometimes a little longer. Is that a snake inside a snake? No, it's just a big giant snake, and he's going to try to get his butt out of here, so I got to get my hook after him here. Come on, Bill. Hey, Bubba. Hey. Hey, Bubba. Hey. Hey, Bubba. Come on. Come on, Bill. Come on, Bill. Hey. Come on, Bill. Bill. He's getting restless. He wants to get out of the water. He wants to get out of the water, so I'm going to have to get him out of the water here in a couple of minutes. But let me read a few more comments here and questions, and then we will check it out. If I skip anybody, I'm sorry. Ask your question again. Yeah, he can live 20 years or more. What do you think is the most friendliest snake? I would say, the speckled rattlesnake is probably the most docile rattlesnake or venomous snake that I'm aware of. I had yellow anacondas and a retic before. Also had a python. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Scary big. It is big, but it's not I'm so close to it, and it's not trying to do anything but go the other way. Yes, they shed their skin. Absolutely, they do. This snake right here is about 6 years old. I do not sell this snake. I do sell their babies, though. Looks like he's about 5. Yeah, you were pretty close there, KC. He is 6 years old, yes. He's between 5 and 6. He's real close to 6, though. Silent Nights, how are you? Come on, Bill. Hey, here you go, guys. Now maybe I can get you a look at the horns a little. Yeah, you can see him a little bit there on his nose. I think I'm zoomed in as far as I can go. But let me go ahead and get him into... Well, actually, I got to get a towel and dry him off so the bedding don't stick to him. But, come on, Bill. Hey, Bubba. Hey, Bill. Come on, Bubba. Here. Come on, Bubba. Let me get a towel so I can dry you off. Guys, give me 1 second to get a towel. Hey, guys, while y'all are here, can you please smash that like button for us? We really, really need you to hit that like button to help get this out to more people. It helps bring people into our future streams. Y'all help us out tremendously with our conservation efforts and our educational efforts, with these reptiles in the public, just by you simply hitting that like button. It doesn't cost you anything, and it pays off tremendously for us here at the Virtual Reptarium. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anybody that's willing to smash that like button, we appreciate it. Let me grab a towel quick so I can dry his butt off. It's all right, Bill. Hey, Bubba. All right, guys. My stupid tripod. Come on, you dumb tripod. There you go. All right, let me get Bill and sit him up here to dry him off quick. All right, Bill. Come on, Bubba. Let's get dried off here. Come here, buddy. Come on, Bubba. Come on, dude. Come here, Bubba. Here. Here. There we go, Bill. Ricky, gaboon viper, yes. Will you ever own a flying snake? I don't know. I've never seen one come available on the market. How much does he weigh? This one here only weighs about 20 pounds roughly. A little over, maybe 25. But the next one weighs almost 37 pounds. She is freaking huge. There you go, guys. You can kind of see the horns there. There you go. You can see his horns now. That's why they have the scientific name Bitis rhinoceros. And then the real intricate pattern, you know, they're just all around beautiful snakes. I mean, they are beautiful. And like I say, this guy here, he does only have one eye. His left eye has been injured by a rodent in the past during feeding. 2 pieces of bread is a fucking sandwich. What the are we saying jackal for? What? Big old horns. Nah, Bill, stay away from there, Bubba. Stay away from there, Bubby. Come on. Come on, Bill. There you go, bud. Sorry, guys. I'm my own cameraman, so unfortunately I don't have help with, running the camera as I work with the snake. So you guys gotta be a little patient with me on that. But anybody that has not hit the like button yet, if you can help us out and smash that like button, we'd really appreciate it. Yes, Dev, he is blind in the one eye. He does have a mate. We're going to be showing his mate real soon, and we're going to be feeding her. Yes. I'm just letting him dry off for a few minutes, and after that, we will be showing the mate. Thank you, Stuart. They're very, very pretty. Greenland Wonder, yes, it's Bertha. That's his mate. Yep. This one is Bill right here, but we're going to be looking at Bertha. Can you pet him if you visit? Actually, yes, you could, because I will tube him for people to be able to do so. They are absolutely one of the fastest striking snakes on the planet. Looks like a snake on a snake, yeah. Shout out from Hong Kong. What's up? Thank you so much for telling me. Yeah, absolutely. Is that a stick on its back? Nah, there's not a stick on its back. It's a West African gaboon viper, Katie. Your profile picture is your snake, and what's the rarest snake I have? I'm sorry, I can't really see your profile picture this minute, but I took a screenshot so I can look at it later. The rarest snake I have... Oof. That's a good question. I don't know which one would be considered the rarest. I guess the Naja guineensis, maybe? Yeah, there you go, Patrick. Yeah, it might be a corn snake. Their fangs are also one of the longest. It's a killing machine. I mean, it's a killing machine of the stuff they eat, yes, I mean, of their prey, but they're not out there just, chasing things down and stuff, wanting to murder everything. They are simply, surviving. Gaboon Viper is your favorite snake, really? Awesome. Literally had some of the craziest fangs ever, also considerably one of the most intense defense. Guys, I actually have one of his fangs. Once I put him in the enclosure, I will go ahead and grab that fang to show you while we're getting ready to pull out or show you Bertha, the female. Yes, He did have a baby with his mate. I actually have the baby. Her name is Baby Huffy. Do they grow back fangs? Yes, they do. Absolutely. Are they the type of snake that like wrap around their food? No, little dude. No, no. They just bite and hold on. Gaboon viper and puff adder are my most feared snakes. I can understand, but again, these snakes are not, they're not villains. They don't want to hurt you. What is the significance of the stripe on the back of the gaboon viper? Just to break up its outline, for its camouflage. Oh, so cute. Thanks so much. Yeah, it's a very dangerous snake in Africa. Yes, they are. No, he is not a constrictor. Yes, so beautiful. Does he puff up his body for you? Yeah, he will puff up. He will hiss and everything. The female, I'll show you when she hisses. All right, guys. I'm going to put him in an enclosure, and then I'm going to go ahead and open up the female. Actually, let me check the rodent quick. And let's see here. Yep. Alright, so let me put a little more hot water in with the rodent here to get it, it's thawed out, but I want to get it good and warm so we can hopefully get a strike out of her rather than her gently picking it up. So you give me just a couple of seconds here to get some hot water in this, and I'll put him away, and we will open up the female. The female is, 2 to 2.5 times his size. She's much, much larger. Much larger. Guys, thank you everybody for hanging out with us for a while tonight here. If anybody's here that has not yet hit that like button, please smash that like button for us. It really, again, it helps us out very, very much. It gets us out to more people. It brings people into our future streams. It helps us be able to, try to change people's minds from the fear and, everything that they have with snakes, and try to make them understand that these snakes, don't want to harm them. These snakes ain't going to harm them. Just give them space and these snakes will go on their way. So with y'all's help, just hitting that like button, we can change a lot of minds. We can conserve a lot of animals. We can save a lot of different things. Like I say, these snakes, their venom is used for life-saving medications. It's used for things like blood pressure medications, blood clotting disorder medications. It's used for seizure medications, pain medications. It's used for many, many different things. It's being studied for cancer research. So, the very things that, people fear can save lives. And that's the type of information that we strive to get out there to people. And that's why I beg for y'all's likes, because I want to reach as many people as possible to teach them that these things aren't just scary. They're helping us a lot, and a lot more than anybody even realizes. So, pit vipers are beautiful, especially the blue one. Yes, I do have blue insularises too, yes. Now, these gaboon vipers are not actually pit vipers. They are what's called a true viper, viperinae. They don't have the heat-sensing pits in their face. All right, let me put Bill in an enclosure here quick. You hear him hissing? Here, let me try to get him to hiss. I hope y'all could hear that. But let me put him away a second, and then we'll grab Bertha. Come on, Bill. You got to stay on the hook, Bubba. Come on, Bill. Come on, Bill. No, Bill. Come on, Bubba. There you go, boy. There you go, Bubba. No, sir. Come on, Bubba. Hey. Bill, you have to stay down, Bubba. Come on. Come on, Bubba. There you go. Okay. So there's that. Let me open Bertha up. I still got to put his ferns and everything in there, but let me get her opened up quick. Okay. What's up, big girl? What's up, big girl? Here, let's see. There we go. And I actually got to grab that fang to show you guys, too, that I promised you. Let me take her fern out of there real fast so it's not in our way. Okay. There's her fern. And I'm going to try to move her to the other end so we can get a better look at her. Let me extend my hook a little with her. Come on, big girl. There you go. You can hear the huffing now. Like I say, this girl here is over 30 pounds. She's freaking huge and heavy. But there we go. What's that? Have you ever been bitten? Yes, I was bitten by a timber rattlesnake and a copperhead. She's chilling. Yeah, Danny, she's cool. That hissing is basically just like a rattlesnake howling. It's just their warning, mechanism. Hey guys, if there's anybody here that hasn't hit that like button yet, please smash that like button for us. It really goes a long way in helping us out. Guys, to show you, let me do something to show you the girth of this snake. This is something I do a lot when I'm trying to show the girth of the snake, but right here, obviously, oops, sorry girl. Obviously there's a Pepsi can, and that's not even at the, right, that back there's the thickest part of her body. That's not even, and she's twice the thickness of a Pepsi can in that area. Gaboon viper, absolutely, yes. Hi, Slappy Happy. Turn my hat around backwards and get the chopping. Yeah, I don't know. Not a good idea, man. These snakes do a lot more than you think they do for humans, The very snakes that people are afraid of and think that, need to be gone are the very things that, help produce the medications to keep you and your loved ones alive. How do you have a gaboon viper? I've got several gaboon vipers. What do you feed? Rats. They eat rats. Sometimes I feed them baby chicks. Gertha, there you go. I do not milk them for the venom. I am trying to get into that, but I have not and do not do that yet. We'd also be overrun with rodents if not for snakes. Absolutely. Actually, let me expand on that a little bit. Something that I like to point out to people is, when it comes to rodents, just one male and one female rodent over 1 year in the lineage that they can produce, so that means, the male, the female, all their babies and their babies' babies and their babies' babies' babies, over 1 year can produce over 20,000 rodents. So imagine if we did not have snakes eating the rodents. We would be freaking waist deep in rodents in a year. And they'd be destroying crops. They'd be spreading diseases like hantavirus, the plague. There'd be all kinds of tick-borne illnesses like Rocky Mountain spotted fever, Lyme's disease. They do a lot. Hey, Crystal, hello. I am a new subscriber here, and one of your chat members just helped answer a question for my daughter's project. She is 12 and a 7th grader, so thank you, Casey, for the help. Oh, sorry, Crystal. I'm sorry I missed the question, but I hope that was, I hope he give you a good answer. Casey answered a couple other questions I seen earlier, so that's great. Thank you. I appreciate you very much. Stop back anytime, and if there's any other questions you might have, for your daughter's, school thing or whatever's going on there, feel free to put them in a comment on one of my other videos or something, and I will definitely answer you. It's tough for me to see every question that goes on in this chat. I apologize. I'd love to be able to. If you ever have to, say the question a couple of times until you get me. But yeah, thank you. KC would be an amazing moderator. Well, we'll see how it goes. KC is new, so we'll see how it goes over a little bit of time. And KC keeps returning and stuff. There's a very good chance we'll do something like that. But for right now, we got our moderators that do a great job, but we would definitely consider things later on down the road. I'm not sure what the laws are in upstate New York. I'm not sure. Lori, you just subscribed. Thank you. Yeah, they got very, very good camouflage. Very good camouflage. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate that. So what was your question, Crystal? I'm just curious now. I am not going to live feed. I am going to do a frozen thawed feeding tonight. Oh, okay, you asked about the brown tree snake? Gotcha. Yeah, when it comes to non-venomous snakes, I'm not super knowledgeable about them. I could do my best to answer stuff, but honestly, I'm not real good with non-venomous. That snake looks like it has bananas that have been cut in half down the back. They do know that I have a tegu and boas and other reptiles, but nothing venomous yet up here. Okay, you may be allowed to have them there. I don't know. Marion, with this snake, it all depends on whether you get to the hospital and get the proper care that you need or not. Well, ask KC a question then. No problem. Ask him. Yeah, but just a few more minutes. I'll go ahead and feed this girl. I have the rodent still warming up there, but it should be ready here in just a few minutes. I guess in the meantime, I'll go grab that fang so I can give y'all a close-up look of a fang here. All right, let's see here. Alright guys, so right here, that's a gaboon viper fang right there. This is from Bill, so he's not even half her size. And that's the size of his fang. That thing's about 1.25 inches long. One second, guys, and I'll get back to reading the chat. I'm just trying to pull it up here on my phone, so it's easier for me to read it. Beautiful markings. Not a big snake guy, but that's gorgeous. Thank Septic Skeptics. I appreciate it. You know, stick around. Maybe you'll change your mind. Maybe you'll end up, you may not ever want to love a snake or cuddle a snake, but you may learn a healthy respect for snakes. What's up, Spigolito? I'm not sure how to say your name. Please tell me if there are venomous snakes in Kentucky. Yes, there are venomous snakes in Kentucky. There are timber rattlesnakes. There are copperheads. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think there are probably cottonmouths in your area. I think so. I could be wrong on the cottonmouth, but I believe. New York boy, don't like them, but this one is beautiful. I got you, brother. I got you. Well, thanks for stopping in and checking her out. We're going to feed her here in a few minutes. There's definitely cottonmouths in Texas and copperheads too. Absolutely, Holly, in Texas, yeah. Yeah, some timbers do get big. Yep. What's up, Nancy Drew? You're back. Good. These gaboons seem so big, and you'd think this would make them slow, but they're fast. That's correct, Wilson King. Yeah, they can be very, very fast. Yeah, we're going to do the feeding just a couple of more minutes. The rodent's almost there. I just checked it out. Almost warm enough. It eats it eats rats, buddy. Water moccasin and copperhead. Yeah, that's what I thought, Brett Williams. This is not its permanent enclosure, no. It is its temporary enclosure, yes. But it's not its permanent. It will eat chicks as well, Wicked Alan. Now, the pattern's not rare. This pattern's pretty common on all gaboon vipers. Now she has a little more yellow. Her and Bill have a little more yellow than I see on a lot of gaboon vipers, but pretty good. Cedric, she could be. There's a very good possibility that she's gravid. I did pair her up with Bill earlier in the year, so there's a possibility. It's an American-looking snake, chunky American. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I don't know how to say your name, so I'm going to call you X or call you before. Oh, okay, X before YZ. Okay. Patterns mesmerizing. Yeah, absolutely. Hey guys, if there's anybody here that hasn't hit that like button yet, please help us out and smash that like button. No, she didn't only have one baby. This girl ain't the one that had babies. It was my other female. My other female passed away, and then I got her. I just got this girl, I don't know, 6 or 8 months ago. No, this one will not eat other snakes. I got over 200 snakes, Ace of Spades. You're sub now, Garrett Conder. Awesome, thank you. 320 likes. Yeah, dysfunction. Gaboons don't eat other snakes. That's correct. Is the food live? No, it's not live tonight. Hi, Patricia, Lester. No, about probably just a little under 100 of them are probably venomous. The rest, I got a bunch. I got over 100 ball pythons. That's a beautiful snake, Rooster. Thank you, Rooster. Appreciate that. No, he is feeding for his thaw. That's correct. Frozen thaw tonight. Okay, so I do sell the babies whenever I have babies. Yes. Uh, Dev, because or Deve, or Dev, however you say it, because I used to breed the pythons. I no longer breed pythons, but when I did, I bred pythons for over 20 years. Hi, Stephen. Do you have any incident of one of them escaping? Yes. I had two snakes get away on me, but I caught both of them, luckily. But I had a Naja guineensis, a black forest cobra, get away one time, and it went up underneath my shed, and I had to, spend all day getting it out from underneath that building. It's about a 9 foot cobra, and then I had a no, I'm not on Morph Market anymore, Wicked Allen. I used to be, but I don't breed anymore, so I don't sell on there anymore. They won't allow Venomous on there. But and then I had a West African green mamba get loose on me once too, and I caught her as well. I don't like ball pythons. My first snake was a ball python, and it got wrapped up in my waist-length hair. Oh crap! Holy crap, Holly. Yeah, that would suck. That would suck bad. I understand that. Do you ship what you sell? Yes. You had 3 babies loose just like a week ago. Oh yeah, dysfunction. You're right. I forgot all about them. I had here. I can show you them little guys real quick. Yeah, this is a gaboon viper. Oh yeah, it was definitely scary, Demir. For sure, for sure. Yeah, guys. What erectile dysfunction was just talking about is about a week ago, I had these little babies, 3 of these little guys on the loose. Actually, it ended up being 4 of these little guys. I'm not going to disturb them, but you can see more of them down in the grass there. You see them down there, and it's hard to see on camera, but there's 3 in here. The one didn't survive, but yeah. But these little guys was born, and these are venomous as well. They are squams. They are the variable bush viper, and they were born a little sooner than I expected, and they crawled out of the air holes on the enclosure and got away. No, they're not pygmy rattlers. They are Atheris squamigera. They're variable bush vipers. Yeah, it depends on the state, X before. Yeah, exactly. Dysfunction. That's a good point you just brought up, and I think I should say that now. Even when you have a snake escape, they don't go far. Typically, when one escapes, it's literally, a few, a few feet away from where it escaped from. It'll usually find the closest, darkest, quietest, place to go hide. Hang on a second. I got pythons in them buckets. I just want to put them back in their tubs. And I'm in the middle of try to remember what tub they were in. Well, you had 2 backwards, but it's not a big deal because they're both still showing a few signs, but it's okay. Like you had this one and this one reversed.
Okay.
So, but yeah, there's 3. So that water's probably cold by now. I actually forgot till I looked over and saw the open cages. Oh yeah, that's good. Her shed's coming off. Yeah, good. Good. Okay. All right. Sorry guys about that. Y'all reminded me about pythons. I put some pythons in the soak, probably about, let me look at the timer here, probably about an hour ago. And I actually forgot till somebody said python. But she's an ambush predator. She stays still for hours. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she huffed when I walked past her. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try to feed her this rodent now. Let me grab my long tongs here so I can get the rodent to her. I gotta wash them off real fast. They are needing a washing. The biggest snake that I have weighs about 130 pounds-ish. It's got gray hair. It's almost 60 years old.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. He's a good snake, though. He's a good snake. He's a... Yeah, she is. She was stuck good. She was stuck good. All right, Bertha. I hope you're hungry, girl. We got you a big old fat rat. I don't know if she's gonna eat. I don't see why not, though. So we're gonna give it a shot here, guys. Everybody ready for this? Some snakes are $800. Some of them are even more than that. $800 is a cheap snake.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Here we go. Let me adjust up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Try to zoom in a little here, just in case she gives us a strike. She may or may not give us a strike, but... You got alcohol out there?
I do, I don't know where it's at.
Oh, shit. Alright, she's not going to strike, but we'll leave it lay there and she will pick it up gently and eat it. Sorry I can't get her to strike, but that's how it goes with these guys. Hey guys, if there's anybody here that hasn't hit that like button yet, please smash that thumbs up for us. We really need your likes. Again, guys, it helps bring people into this stream, helps bring people into our future streams. I mean, it helps us out in many, many ways, you know. It helps us get, you know, information about these animals out to people. It helps us with our conservation efforts that we work towards every day here at the Virtual Reptarium. It does a lot for us. It don't cost you anything. It pays off tremendously for us. Yes, Scott, it's looking real good tonight. Thank you, everybody, for that. Appreciate you very much. Oh, yeah, she's going to eat it. It takes them a minute, you know. She'll look around, she'll check her surroundings, she'll make sure she's safe, you know, and then she'll go pick it up. So and actually you guys can see the horns much better on her nose than what you could with Bill. It is a gaboon viper. It's a West African gaboon viper. Oh yeah, she'll bite her fangs into it. Abso-freaking-lutely, yes. There she goes. The hell? It's a gaboon viper. The horns on the nose just sort of break up the outline in the wild whenever they're camouflaging in. Yeah, guys, it looks like I didn't end up getting to talk about the three most venomous, you know, the three most dangerous, deadly, venomous snakes in the United States tonight. So we'll probably do that tomorrow night now, since we didn't get to do that tonight. Instead, we ended up doing gaboon vipers. I had no intention of doing gaboon vipers, but we did, and it turned out okay. What up, Black Line? Thanks for stopping. Quite a beans. Thank you, thank you. Crazy pattern. Yes, sir, this guy. Use your silverware slab, he says. Yeah, that's right, Alan. Gaboon. Yes, yes. What up, Rose? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, good. Phew. It's just my phone. It freaked me out. I thought the camera was going to go off, but it's not. It's just the phone. It's going to eat it. Oh, yeah, it's going to eat it. Let me get my charger so I can turn my phone back on, because it's hard for me to read the comments all the way over there by the camera. Because while she's eating, I try to stay away so I don't scare her. Let me try to adjust the camera here, guys. Here, I'm going to zoom out a little so you can keep her in frame if she moves. There we go. What's up, Clips, Case, Pal Violet, Scott? What's the lifespan on a snake like this? Roughly 20 years. How often do they have to eat? About once a week. Guys, if you look at that rodent, let me try to zoom in. You see the yellow on that rodent right there, like on its belly and everything? That's the venom from her, guys. I mean, it's ridiculous volume from these snakes. Like, it's hard to see, but right there by the corner of her mouth, and then up on by her nostril up there, you see that yellow on the white there? That's actually the venom. Let me try to get y'all a better angle here. See if I can get you any better angle. Here, actually, I think I can get this over where you can get a straight-on shot of her. Let's see here. Shit. Sorry guys, I cannot see comments right this second. Where I have the camera positioned, I can't get to it to read the comments, but as soon as my phone turns back on, I'll be able to get your comments. And actually here, let me try to sneak past her quick, and I'll go grab the warden's phone. There we go. Can I do close-up of her pupil? Sorry guys, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Come on, big girl. Hey. It's scary coming towards the camera. It's a West African gaboon viper, Mohawk famous. Beautiful snake. This is terrible. Susan, what's terrible about it? Please talk with us. Tell us what you think's terrible about it. We'd love to hear from you. It's nature and it's necessary, but I would really love to hear your side of it. Oh no, her fangs are about 2 inches long. They're way over a ½ inch. She's over 30 pounds. Nah, that was kind of a half-ass hiss, you know, as she was. There you go. There you go, guys. A wide open mouth. Look at that. Look at the length of them freaking fangs, guys. You're one of the best dreams I've ever seen, huh? Her name is Bertha. Yeah, I know her age. How does the snake venom not affect the snake when it eats a minimized prey? The snake venom, like even us as humans, we could drink an entire glass full of venom and it will not affect us unless we have a cut or a sore or something in our mouth or an ulcer in our stomach or something. Any way for the venom to get into the bloodstream. If the venom don't get into the bloodstream, you're good. Oh yeah, I got lots of rattlesnakes, Case. She won't eat again tonight. Slap happy. That's funny. Oh yeah, it's definitely venomous. It's highly venomous. It's a beautiful snake, and I'm not a fan of snakes. Thanks, Douglas. Well, I hope you'll stop back again sometime, Douglas. We have a lot of different kind of snakes, many beautiful snakes, and we try to educate people about the importance of snakes, and let people know that these animals, not only do we need to protect them, but these animals protect us. These animals provide us with life-saving medications and stuff. They do a lot for us. Yeah, Jacob, that's cool. Yeah, you're right. No cover where she's at? Not right now. She just got done eating. What do you mean? A hide? She gets a hide. She just is eating right now, so I have it out so y'all can see it on the video. Things, guys, 2 inches long. They are freaking huge. They are freaking huge, guys. They are native. They're not native to America. They are native to Africa. No problem, Douglas. My favorite type of snake is a black-faced timber rattlesnake. Crazy patterns, yeah. I catch rattlesnakes for cancer cures. Black-tailed rattlesnakes for pancreatic. Florida Cancer Research. Awesome, Jacob. This guy says WTF. Why are you saying that now, buddy? What are the 3 most venomous snakes? Tell us a sneak peek. Nah, y'all got to come back tomorrow to know what that is. What's your question, Mohawk Famous? Thanks, Tiffany. Thanks, Aaron. Exactly. If we didn't have snakes, we'd be cooked. That's correct, Ace. Hi, Amber. It is a gaboon viper, Seaboy. Thanks, Rose. She's very pretty. Thank you. I said WTF because of her fangs. Oh yeah. It is a gaboon's viper, Lamsinger singular. What up, Patrick? I wish she would stop sticking her tongue out at me. Mohawk Famous says, what will be your next snake that you show? Really interested. Well, tomorrow we are going to show the top 3 most dangerous pit vipers in the United States. The top 3 most toxic venomous pit vipers in the United States. So, and I will give you a hint. Some of them are rattlesnakes. But, the specific species of rattlesnake is what we got to point out tomorrow. My very first venomous snake was a timber rattlesnake. Definitely a good question, Mohawk. Have I been bit? Yes, I was bit by a timber rattlesnake many years ago, and I was bit by a copperhead. This summer will be 2 years. None of them were ever in my venomous collection. Hey guys, if there's anybody here that hasn't hit that like button, please smash that like button for us. Try to get us to 400 likes tonight, guys. Your likes are the only thing that keep these streams going. Again, we are monetized on this channel, but in the last 28 days, we've made like $67. And my point to this is to tell you it's not about the money for us. Yes, we monetize to try to, maybe buy some, food for these animals and stuff, but it's not about, making profit off of it and stuff. We want your likes to get this out to as many people as we possibly can and spread the education to as many people as we possibly can, because snakes are a whole lot more important than most people even understand. These snakes, without these snakes, we'd be waist deep in rodents in no time. We wouldn't have certain, life-sustaining medications and stuff. There's just so much to a snake. Is a copperheady viper? Yes. It's a pit viper, yes. Yeah, exactly. Slap happy. $68. That's what I'm telling you. 67 bucks. Actually, now after tonight, it's 60. Yeah, because YouTube will take almost half of that $2. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not about profit for us. It's really, honestly, about the education and the conservation with these animals. Thank you, Douglas, for the gift. I appreciate that. Used to have a couple pair of 6-foot gaboons that loved to eat quail and dove, but could get a rabbit down too once had a timber rattlesnake regurgitate a wood duck. Oh yeah, absolutely, Jacob. These girls here, this girl right here could easily get down a full-grown floppy-eared rabbit. Easily. Thank you, Angel. That is a very pretty pattern. Have you ever seen the guy that injects venom? Yes, we talked about him the other night, Tim Freed. No like button on your screen. Double tap your screen, Elaine. All you got to do is double tap your screen real fast. What? I have so many questions, Kyle. Okay. Thank you for the gift, Douglas. Yep, that was Sue said that. Awesome, awesome. All right, guys. 2 more likes. We need 2 more to hit our goal of 400 likes for the night. Oh, we're actually there. We're at 401. Thank you guys very, very much. You guys are the best. But anyway, guys, if y'all want to, know about the top 3 most venomous, toxic venomous snakes in the United States, you're going to have to tune in tomorrow night. We start at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be talking in depth about the 3 animals, the 3 snakes, rather. We will be showing the 3 snakes live. And we will potentially try to feed a couple of the 3. A couple of them have just eaten the other day, but they may eat again. So thank you, Mohawk. I appreciate it. Please stop in again. I'm pretty sure, the Mohawk famous name gives away that we have probably spoken in the past. I could be wrong, but that's what it appears like. But look at her rubbing her face, guys. She's adjusting her mouth and stuff and rubbing her face, like it's itchy or something. That's pretty cool. But what's not a secret? Yeah, thanks, Pat, for the gift. Sorry, buddy, I didn't see that at first. Awesome, Douglas. Awesome. So, yeah, guys, stop in tomorrow, and we will most certainly have a good night, guys. Y'all have a good night. And as soon as I end this live stream, I am going to go in and schedule the live stream for tomorrow night. If any of y'all that have subscribed, and I schedule the stream, if y'all could go in there and hit the like button, as soon as I schedule it, that'll really help the momentum getting started tomorrow. And, maybe drop a comment in there, it would help us out. If not, I understand, but if we will, I appreciate it. 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that would be 9:30 Eastern, what would that be? 8:30 Central, 7:30 out west. So guys, once again, I appreciate y'all very much. I enjoyed it. I hope some of y'all learned some things. I hope some of y'all had a good time and you seen something that you liked. But tomorrow We'll talk about those 3 snakes that I'm talking about now, and we'll probably show some other stuff as well as we go tomorrow. Thank you, thank you. Y'all have a good night. Thank you, Rose.